Y'all notice anything different? Anything? Anything, guys? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Msnaturallymary here. If you are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe right now. We do lots of great videos on this channel. I have a twin video that did very well, and I'm so thankful for all the love and support, guys. In that video, I talked about wanting to remove something. Do you all remember what that was?
Let's do this.
All right, so we have bare faces right now.
I have more moles than she does, if you can tell.
Yeah. And then I have a mole here, so that's the difference. In the last video, we mentioned the distinguishing features between us. I have a dimple on this side, and Martha has her dimple on the opposite side. And I have a mole here, and I'm still thinking about getting it removed, guys. I may get this removed, but...
And I have nothing.
Nevertheless, she does not have one. This video is to share insight on how I safely removed my mole at home. Y'all, I was able to save so much money, and it was somewhat pain-free, and it's off, guys. I don't have to worry about my mole anymore. I recently did a video on my channel with my twin sister, and my mole was a topic of discussion. As twins, one of our distinguishing features is that I had a mole. I don't have it anymore. So this is gonna make for some really great videos in tricking somebody. Somebody's about to get tricked. I don't know if it's gonna be the girls again or if we're gonna do our husbands. I have no idea. You guys give me some ideas down in the comment section, but the wheels have been spinning on how we could go about tricking somebody. It might even be our parents. I don't know, but we're gonna trick somebody because they're so used to seeing me with the mole, and now I don't have it. In this video, I'm gonna go about sharing with you guys how I removed it, but just a bit of backstory. I've had my mole for as long as I can remember, and that's always been something that people were able to identify the two of us with. And for those who don't know I have a twin, I'll insert some photos so you guys can see what we look like. And I've also lost some weight too, so that's a video for a whole other day. I'm still losing weight and working on my health this year. That's one of my goals for 2020, to be the best version of Mary. So we're gonna see what happens. Some of y'all in the comment section, y'all had a lot to say about how nice Martha looked after having 5 girls, and she was looking fabulous, and she was. She looks amazing. And just seeing the two of us side by side, and she's had so many kids. I haven't had one child yet, and I had gotten a little larger, and that isn't our story. I've always been the smaller one. Well, in our adult life, I've always been the smaller twin, and so your girl realized she had to put the pedal to the metal and get her life together. So that's what I've been doing. So yeah, guys, I feel like the next time I see my twin, we're probably gonna be the same size, or your girl might be the smaller twin. I'm hoping that that's what happens. We're gonna work hard to get there. Hopefully I meet my goal, but that's not what this video is about. So growing up, I had the mole. My father would try to make me feel better about my mole by telling me that it was a beauty mark. Well, that's kind of what I think now. I'm sure it is. I don't know. Many people think it's a beauty mark, and whatever your perception of your mole is, that's awesome. And for years, I didn't have any type of low self-esteem issues regarding my mole. Somebody asked me, and it's weird. I've been getting comments, like random comments under my videos prior to this one, asking if I had done a video specifically about my mole, which for me kind of seems a little weird. Like, what am I gonna say about it? The only reason why I'm talking about it now is because I'm able to share insight for those who may be interested in getting theirs removed and not having to pay for it and the process and all that. That's what this video is about. But a video prior to this on my mole, it wasn't really a topic of discussion for me. I just thought like, oh, I have a mole. To me, it wasn't a big deal. But just recently, and I'm not going to say the twin video triggered it, but prior to that video, because I'm always on camera, because people are constantly examining you, and then you start to see things about yourself that you're like, oh, that could be better. Not that there's anything wrong with the mole. Those who have moles, rock out. You look great. If that's, if you love it, keep going hard with it. Like, this is just something I decided to do just to, I don't know, like, it's not going to hurt me. It doesn't bring any harm to me by removing the mole. I went to the doctor. They told me it wasn't malignant. It was just something I had. So I'm going to tell you all what I did. So in the comment section of my twin video, I had a few people suggest that I use the threading method. And for those who are unaware as to what the threading method is, it's where you wrap thread around your mole. And the type of thread that you need to use is just regular thread that you use on clothing. When I originally started this process, I actually wrapped this kind of thread around my mole, but this is not the right kind. This is the kind that you use for your hair, but you need this kind. You need the really thin thread. You can also use dental floss. I've seen articles where individuals have used that as well, but this is the one that I used. And I actually had my husband go about the process of helping me because it is rather difficult to wrap the thread around your mole on your own, especially where mine is positioned. Mine is on my face, but if you had a mole like on your thigh or in an area where you could actually do it yourself, then it's going to be easier for you. But mine was right here on the left side of my chin. I even had one surgeon tell me that he wasn't able to do it, which is kind of weird. He said where it was positioned, he wouldn't be able to surgically remove it. Another one was charging me like $3,900 to remove it. And then I found one individual who was only going to charge me $400. So I was going to go that route, but I decided, let me test this out first to see if it will work. And then if it does, I can provide insight to you guys. So win-win, right? So I decided to get my husband to wrap the thread around it. And just a quick disclaimer, he was not interested in doing any of this. He felt like, let me have him. Let me see if he'll tell you guys what he thought about it. Let me see if I can grab him. All right, guys, so I just grabbed my husband. This is Gerard. He was actually in the last video. Many of you guys were asking, who's the daddy of all these kids? He is not the daddy.
I'm definitely not the daddy.
This is my husband. We don't have any kids.
Not yet.
My sister's husband wasn't in the video. He was actually at work that day, and we were just down visiting for Christmas. Quickly, our sweaters. We have on matching sweaters. I know I'm going to get some comments down in the comment section, but we're about to head out and go on a little date night. So we dress alike every now and again. Just our little cutesy stuff that we do.
Twinsies, right?
Yeah, twinsies. But I was just telling them about your perspective on my mole. You want to kind of share what you thought about it?
Nah, I thought, you know, Mary has had the mole since we met. And I thought it kind of made her unique. It was her, you know, so I had no issues with it. I was kind of sort of fighting her about the whole notion of assisting her with the removal process. It's one thing for me to say, you know, listen, you know, do what you want to do, but another thing to have me actually be involved with it was like, now you're pushing it. You know, I told you it's fine, but now you want me to participate in something that I'm not necessarily agreeing with. But long story short, I finally agreed to assist her in the process, and you know, as happy and excited as she is about it being removed, for me, it didn't make a difference, you know, because she was beautiful with it, or, you know, just as beautiful without it. But, you know, I know it makes her happy, so I just kind of went along with it.
Hey, I'm making a video. I'm gonna call you back. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, he says he was kind of not feeling it. No, you said you were kind of fighting me on it.
No,
it wasn't a kind of. He was like, no, Mary, you don't need to remove the mole.
Right.
It's fine. He was constantly telling me that, and I'm like, babe, I want this thing gone. Right. So
yeah, so she was kind of like almost begging me to assist her with it. And like I said,
because he was like, I ain't doing it,
because I didn't agree with it. It's one thing, you know, for someone to do something you don't agree with, and then they want you to participate in it. That's a completely different thing. So
yeah, because he didn't know what was going to be the effects of having removed the mole, if it was going to cause any harm to me, and he didn't feel like there was anything wrong with it.
It was fine.
Yeah, but he helped me with the process. So he ended up wrapping, reluctantly. So he ended up wrapping the thread around for me. Earlier, I shared with you guys that if you're unable to do it yourself, then get somebody you trust to do it for you. And you want to tie the thread around your mole so that it's tight enough to where you feel a little pinch. If you're not feeling anything around your mole, then there's a good chance that it isn't tight enough. So you want to secure it. I believe you wrapped it like 2 or 3 times. So he did that. And then the next day I woke up and my mole was huge. I'm going to show you all videos of me recording, and I didn't even want to be on camera because I felt so insecure about this mole because I felt like it was massive, and I was so shocked that no one said anything about it. You all are so sweet. It's insane. Y'all were just focused on, oh, you look so beautiful, this is that and third. I'm like, how do they not see this huge, what appeared to me like a bug on my face? It just looked bad because it had swollen up, but that's perfectly normal because I was freaking out like, what in the world? These people who told me this is going to be the process and it's easy, pain-free, blah, blah. Y'all, when you got to be on camera and you're experiencing the side effects of this whole process, it's not fun. And so I did several videos. So I'm showing you guys now what the mole looked like. And then it begins to decrease in size. So with this process, you're pretty much choking out, like I heard somebody phrase it that way or preference it that way, that you're choking out the mole. So it's going to fill up with blood. So for it to swell like that, that's what's happening. And you're also cutting off the oxygen supply. So over time, the blood is going to dry up, and also the oxygen supply from the mole is going to decrease. So you're cutting that off using the thread. But depending on the size of your mole, it may take longer. So because I had a larger mole, it took mine 10 days to fall off versus the person in the comment section that said that theirs took 2 to 4 days. So I believe on the 4th day, the mole began to pull away from my face. So where the mole was pretty much joined to my face, around the outside perimeter of it, that had begun to lift. So I knew that it was beginning to do its job, which is awesome, but I couldn't use the same thread because it wasn't tight anymore. Gerard had to actually tie it again. So after doing that, it swelled up again. So after Gerard did that, the next day I woke up and it began to swell again. And I was like, oh my goodness, by the weekend, I want this thing to be off my face. But that wasn't the case. I had to wait a few more days. And eventually, guys, it dried all the way out. And when it began to do that, I was happy, but I was also like, man, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want anybody to see me like this. I was so glad. Yeah, so many different stages of this mole. Now, if yours is smaller, you won't have to deal with all this. And if yours is not on your face, then you're going to be good. But mine is on my face. So I was like, oh my goodness, I don't want anybody to see me like this. And Gerard, I'm like showing himself, and he's not like grossed out or anything. It's just, it didn't bother him.
Totally fine. But I think a lot of it was, subconscious.
Yeah.
It's going on in her mind. To everyone it's huge. Yeah. To her, to us, no one really noticed it.
Yeah. But, he's like, it's not that big a deal. But I'm like, this thing looked disgusting. For me, it looked gross. And so we actually recorded the process of it falling off. It's falling off. I'm gonna pull it. Let's see it. Get in close to see it. You ready?
Wow.
It looks like a raisin.
Let's see. Yeah, it's dried out.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Lord.
Let me see. Let me see. Look like Martha now. Can't even tell the difference.
I got stuff all over my face. The excitement. I had actually gotten, and I kind of nudged it just a little bit. They say you're not supposed to pick at it. And during the process, I was sure to clean it every day. I put peroxide on it because I didn't want it to get infected. So that's something you need to keep in mind and be conscious of through this process. Don't just, have your mole going through the process and you're not cleaning it, because that won't be good for it. So I was doing that. So the last day, when it actually decided to come off, Gerard recorded me going through that process. I had gotten in the shower and the steam helped to just do the rest of the work, which is awesome. So it was now falling off. And for me, it looked like a raisin. I was kind of freaking out. There was a slight bit of discomfort because of where mine was positioned. But for the most part, it was a pain-free experience. If you feel any pain, it's just like a little pinch, but it's not like a long-lasting discomfort or pain. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. If you're somebody who wants to remove your mole and you don't want to pay anything and you're wondering if this method actually works, it's not there anymore, guys. It's gone. So it does work. Thank you so much to those in the comment section that actually gave me that advice to do that. So yeah, guys, that's how I removed my mole. Saved me a lot of cash because some of these surgeons were giving some ridiculous prices. I was leery about doing it initially, but I was like, I'm kind of not really desperate, but I'm at a point where I really want this thing off. So we're gonna try this and hopefully, you know, everything works out. And it did. So we don't have no mole no more. I told them we have to play a trick on somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting tricked. It might just be you.
Negative.
I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, give me some ideas down in the comment section because now my twin and I, we're gonna look so much more alike. Mary without the mole. That's what baby's been saying.
Yeah, Mary without the mole.
So like this video, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.
Bye guys.
Let's just stay here together. I know your mama told you don't let guys go running off with your love. You don't even open up, so your heart can't get crushed. You've been let down so many times, you wonder if you need to get up. You done been through too much, but I ain't tryna mess this up. Let's get away. We can take a trip to the bay. Hit the beach, take a vacay. Whatever you like, yeah, whatever you like. Oh my, you done stressing the night. Stay